Your parents got a job at 22, stayed 40 years, and retired with a pension and a gold watch. Gen Z? Nearly half of them are running a side hustle before they've even finished figuring out what a 401k is. 40% are using AI to make money on the side. And over half consider themselves creators, not employees, creators. Something fundamentally broke or maybe fixed itself in how an entire generation makes money. Let's break down exactly what changed, why it changed, and what it means for your money no matter which generation you're in. Let's talk about how it used to work. Boomers and a lot of Gen X grew up on what we'll call the ladder model. One employer. Climb the ladder. Loyalty rewarded with a pension. Income was singular, one paycheck, one source, one identity. I work at the plant, or I work at the bank. Only about 23% of baby boomers have ever had a side hustle. For most of their working life, one job was the entire financial plan. That model wasn't dumb, it matched the economy it lived in. Stable companies, predictable careers, pensions that actually existed. The problem is, that economy doesn't really exist anymore. Millennials were the transition generation. They came up during the 2008 financial crisis, watched stable companies do mass layoffs, and learned the hard way that loyalty doesn't guarantee security. So they started building backup income: Uber driving, Etsy shops, freelance gigs. About 44% of millennials now have a side hustle. But Gen Z didn't just adopt the side hustle, they rebuilt the entire model from scratch. 48% of Gen Z has a side hustle, the highest of any generation. And here's the real shift: 77% of them started that side hustle in just the last 2 years. This isn't a slow trend. It's an explosion. Here's what's different about how Gen Z actually makes money, and it comes down to 3 things: content, AI, and platforms. First, content is now a legitimate career path, not a hobby. 83% of Gen Z consider themselves creators. Social content creation is the single most common side hustle category at 35%, ahead of e-commerce, gaming, and freelance design combined. Second, AI isn't a threat to their income, it's their employee. 39% of Gen Z workers already use AI tools to generate extra income. Nearly all of them, 96%, say they're actively interested in using more AI tools to grow their side hustle. Where past generations needed capital or a team to start a business, Gen Z needs a laptop, an idea, and a chatbot. Third, platforms replaced permission. You used to need a publisher, a record label, a storefront, or a boss to say yes. Now TikTok, YouTube, Roblox, and Etsy just let you start. 41% of Gen Z side hustlers even use TikTok as their primary platform over Google. And this creates genuinely strange new income sources that didn't exist a decade ago. Teenagers building Roblox games earn real 6- and 7-figure incomes. UGC creators get paid by brands without needing a single follower. Faceless YouTube channels like this one, if we're being honest, let anyone build a media brand without ever showing their face. The old barrier to entry was money and connections. The new barrier to entry is just an idea and the willingness to hit record. Now, it's not all upside, and I want to be honest about that. The average Gen Z side hustler makes about $9,800 a year from its solid extra income, but rarely a full replacement for a stable job. 44% report burnout from constantly trying to monetize their creativity. And there's real pressure: 61% feel societal pressure to turn every hobby into income, which isn't always healthy. This generation didn't necessarily choose hustle culture because it's fun. A lot of it is a rational response to rising costs and less job security than their parents had. So here's the actual takeaway, whatever generation you're in. The single income, Single employer model isn't wrong, but it is riskier than it used to be. Multiple income streams aren't just a Gen Z trend, they're becoming a genuinely smart hedge against an unpredictable job market. And the tools to build a second income stream have never been cheaper or more accessible. You don't need a business degree or startup capital. You need one skill, one platform, and increasingly one AI tool doing the heavy lifting. The generations didn't get lazier or more entitled. The economy changed, and one generation is the first to fully build around the new rules instead of fighting them. If this video helped you see the shift differently, subscribe to Clear Money Moves. Every week we break down where money is actually headed, not where it used to be. Next week, we're diving into another interesting. You don't want to miss that one.